This is a processing video on how to process fish for the far north of Ontario. I have a common white sucker, and I will start by giving measurements, then we will give a weight, and then we will go into taking aging structures. And for a common white sucker, it will be a left pectoral fin ray. Then we will take a muscle sample from the fish as well. We'll also look inside the fish to see the sex organs and stomach contents of the fish. The first step we want to do, step one, is measurements of the fish. You want to make sure the fish has butted right against the front of the board, or alternatively, if you're using a soft cloth tape measure, you want to make sure that the tape measure starts right at the tip of the nose and extends down to the fish to the caudal fin. This is termed the caudal fin of the fish, and you can see there's a slight fork in the tail of the fish. The fork length is measured from the middle of the tail of the fork length. As you can see, the fork length here is 282. For the next measurement, again, ensuring that it's butted up or the cloth tape remains at the tip of the nose, pinch the caudal fin down and then take your measurement, and you can see that the measurement now is 296. All measurements are taken in millimeters. Step 2 of the process is weighing the fish. In the package I sent to you, you'll find Cassola spring scales. Spring scales are precise instruments that need to be taken care of. If you use them between days, they need to be washed. They can be washed in a mild detergent and a small scrubbing brush, or just rinsed under the sink and taken care of. You want to avoid any sand from the river getting into these, because the sand will compromise the accuracy of these scales. So these are a sample of the scales that I have sent up to you. You want to make note that each scale is slightly different in its increments. For example, purple scale is 600 grams. First thing you want to notice is where the 100 gram marker is and the 50 gram. You can see that this one goes in 5 gram increments. 0, 5, 10, and so on all the way down to 100. Please measure nearest gram to where the line on the scale meets. Prior to using the scales, you want to note that this white marker with the black line is positioned at 0. This can be adjusted by the top knob here. Once adjusted, pull the scale down and release quickly, letting the scale snap back, and then readjust as necessary to ensure that it is calibrated at 0. The next scale we have sent you for larger fish is 1,000 gram scale. It may take several times to ensure that you have an accurate scale. For example, you do not want to weigh a 2 kilogram fish on a 1,000 gram scale. You would move up a scale to the 2,500. Please try to ensure that you're using the closest scale to the fish you are handling. And once again, it may take a couple times of weighing to ensure you get an accurate weight. On the 1,000 gram scale, the increments are in 10 gram increments. So you could have a fish weigh 510 grams. The 10 gram would be ensuring that the black line is slightly below the 500. The next scale up, which has a hook, which is the most convenient in my opinion, as a hook can be easily inserted under the gill plate and into the gills of the fish for easy to hold on to the fish, and it's secure. That scale is in 20 gram increments. As you can see, it goes 0 to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, with the small ticks in between indicating 20 grams. So we want to weigh this fish. Judging by the size of the fish, I am going to choose the 600 gram scale, as I feel this fish does not exceed 600 grams, and this would be my best choice for an accurate weight on this specimen. I want to hook this scale as a clip, as you've seen in previous pictures, right to the gill plate. This is the most secure spot to hook the fish. I then want to hold them up and off the fish board so gravity can pull him down. And I can see that this fish weighs 315 grams. Step 3, we want to identify the gonad condition or the sexual organs of this fish to determine if it is male or female and if the fish is mature or immature. First, to make the cut and the incision easiest, I like to go through the vent of the fish. Because I am right-handed, I keep the fish away from me so the knife is always going away. I keep the knife tilted up away from the organs in order not to slice the internal organs with the knife. You can see the knife is pointed up. Go all the way up past the pectoral fin girdle, exposing all the insides of the fish. Common white suckers in particular are quite hard to identify. What you want to do is move aside the organs, exposing the gonads on either side of the air bladder. This particular fish is an immature female. I don't expect at all times that you can identify fish, in particular the immature fish. We do have some later in this video that will show a mature fish, which are a bit easier. A general description of a female immature gonad is the gonad is equal length all the way down, and it is clear in color, and also there is many small veins running throughout the gonad, almost like a branch of a tree. And they are placed either side of the air bladder, running parallel to the air bladder. You must remove the internal organs, stomach, to visually see the gonads.